Okay. Yeah. We're good. Audio is synced and ready. Recording in 2 different tracks. Welcome everybody to Shining Juice Productions. We are joined, actually, I shouldn't say we are joined. Actually, I am joined with our new animator, Quentin.
What's up?
MICA is absent as he's working right now. So we won't be seeing them for this stream.
The biggest of oofs.
Yeah, definitely. It's not even a stream, I should say podcast. We won't be seeing MICA for this one, but we will be seeing them in the next one that we record, which will be a week from now. So hopefully we'll be getting this out to you guys every week or 2 weeks. So that way we can get this out during everything going on. And not the next one, but the one after that will more than likely be animated. So look out for it.
Yeah.
We'll have the still image for the animation in the background of this video, so you guys will get to see what the preview of everything looks like, as your transgender host does not bother masking her voice at all to sound feminine. Quentin, do you have any words about like everything going on, like at least in your state with with vommy mommy? Censor that word in post. In post, we'll censor that. In post, I'll censor it in post, don't worry. This is why this channel gets to be the way it is, because we're not cutting any of this. I'm just gonna censor that out, which means for the hour we record this, I'm gonna have to listen to an hour of us talking.
Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Cover up all my fuck ups.
Who's to say that I won't fuck up?
Well, that's why I get the bleep sound and I put it over every time we don't say vommy mommy. Either way, do you have anything going on with that, like, at least in Tennessee right now?
God, I don't know. To the best of my knowledge, nothing has really been set in stone in Tennessee, but I also don't leave my house.
True.
Because I was quarantining myself long before Vommy Mommy decided to erupt and use her corrupt purge on everyone.
Yeah, that is an LP ability in game, but out of game, in real life, people are fucking dying. It's insane. There are a lot of people dying with this going around. I know for me here, the only reason that not a lot of people are getting sick here in New Mexico. And this is for MICA as well. Those are words we talked about last time we recorded this, and it fucked up because I didn't have room. So I'm actually gonna clear out some folders and shit while we talk.
All right.
Just to make sure this audio doesn't get corrupted like it did last time.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna tweet the hashtag. That's it. That's all I'm gonna do.
Hashtag burger, but next to it, Borger.
Nah, I just did the hashtag.
Nice.
I'm chill like that.
But no, getting into like what was going on here in New Mexico, because that long discussion, I'm probably gonna cut that out, just because it's a long period of nothing. But as far as like what's going on here in New Mexico, due to the low population density, we do run into a situation where not a lot of people are getting sick. But every 3 or 4 days, the number of sick people is doubling here in this state. Like, and that's still a large number eventually. You know what I mean? Like, you get to a point where right now we're sitting at about 1,200 people statewide. And sure, we have what, like 60,000 total. Which, because it's a very not populated state. But if every 4 days, let's give it the safe side, right? And we say 4 days, it doubles. That means that 4 days from when it became 1,200, it's going to be 2,400. And then it's going to double again and again and again and again. And when you're thinking about 10% of those people dying, that is a large number eventually. Especially for such a non-densely populated state, you know? And it's because people don't want to stay home here. They don't have this the concept of it's a smart idea to be home. Doesn't run through their head, and no one's enforcing it here. like, I'm not a big advocate, like, activist for, like, martial law in any other circumstance.
Yeah.
But in the current situation, I think we do need it because no one is fucking listening at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone and their mother is out there buying fucking trees from my store. Like, go home.
Which is ridiculous.
Yeah. And it's not like it's young people, you know what I mean, that have better immune systems or something. It's fucking old people that know they're at risk, and they're like, I know I'm gonna die, but I'm gonna take this apple tree with me.
The apple tree, sadly, will probably live.
Exactly. The rain will be enough. It will get by. It will murder all of the weeds in its way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny to me that people are so focused on this. Like, I had a cousin of mine that I cannot say I respect anymore.
Yeah.
Love him. He's family. Don't respect him. End of it. Because he has 2 little girls at home, and then his oldest daughter, which is out in Albuquerque right now in college.
Yeah.
And the thing with his younger daughters is they're still in school. They're still home. Also, can I say how much I do not want anyone dating his middle daughter?
You can, yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone's stopping you.
It's not gonna be like anything that has to do with this, but my little cousin is 16 and looks 12.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, if you have a boyfriend, he's a creep. Run. Like, I don't care if he's older than you, unless your boyfriend is 12, he's a creep. Run. Like, you look like a child. Your younger sister, who is 10, looks older than you. Run.
Yeah.
Because she's still, like, super short. Her younger sister is taller than her and bustier than her, and her younger sister is, like, 11 now.
Oof.
And she's 16. And I'm like, you are not 16. You're lying. You are a time traveler. I don't know, but it creeps me out, and I'm like, you can't date. And I've told her that in person. I'm like, you can't date anyone. She laughs at me, and I'm like, it's fine. You can do what you want. Just don't date guys or girls or anyone. Just don't. Don't let them date you if they've seen a picture of you. Just go on a dating site with no picture and just put your age and your personality. And if they want to meet up with you and find out, like, they're attracted to that, and then they find out what you look like, then it's okay. But, like, there's some people out there that would date you for your looks because of other factors that I do not know. No.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, there are some fucked up people out there that would date her for other reasons, and it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But either way, he comes into the store and he comes in, he buys fencing, and he buys paint to paint the fencing. His reasoning isn't because he needed to fix, like, a fence. It was just because he was going stir crazy being at home. And at home is his wife and his 2 daughters that are still there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though he came on his own, which is the smart choice to do, it's still not okay because you still expose yourself and then expose your family. Which is why I can't respect him. Still gonna love him and love the family, but don't respect it.
Yeah.
Like, the people that come in as one person, they're like, I'm coming in for my plumbing, or I'm coming in to replace a faucet that broke, or I'm coming in for this or that, I'm fine with. If you're coming in for a remodel, go the fuck home. You know what I mean? Unless you started the remodel before all this shit went down and you need to finish it so you have, like, a functional bathroom or something, you know what I mean? That's understandable. Like, if it's the bathroom in your house that you need and you need to finish it because you started it prior, understandable, fix it. But, like, if you're just now starting a remodel because you're bored and you don't have anything fucking to do, go the fuck home. Like, I don't get it. At all, like, why this is such a big thing, you know what I mean? Like, so many people want to be out and do things. Like, did you hear that the forest rangers in California had to go and stop people from gathering en masse in the forest and in the desert too?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there's just people gathering in nature because they think the disease can't follow them out there.
Mm-hmm.
Which is retarded. Like, do you not get that this disease comes with people, not with the city?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. It's like, well, if there's no door handles, it can't possibly get us sick.
Yeah.
I just don't comprehend people's line of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the biggest problem is that people don't understand. I think they need to be properly educated on the subject just so they know that this shit is dangerous.
Yeah.
But it comes with forcing them to stay home, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to do that.
Yeah, see, my mom and I have weak immune systems, so
You're home, yeah.
yeah, we're home.
That's smart.
Mom works from home. She already worked from home, so she's the one supporting us. But it's been pretty tight.
Because your stepdad is forced to be home now too, and can't be working,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So that's where things get tough.
Except those governmental checks, money came in, and mom got $3 because they're married and back child support came out, and here we are.
$3?
$3.
That's fucking cheap.
Yeah, it took all 2,400 that they were getting.
Ooh.
For back child support. Yeah.
Ooh.
So my check went to helping my mother out.
Understandable. And like, I didn't even get one.
Mm-hmm.
Because I filed last year with my mother, sucks being 20.
Yeah.
Because when I was 18, or 19, I filed with my mother because, yeah, legal babble, I was technically still living with her even though I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I filed under her household because of technicalities with my insurance and all that still being applied to her household before I moved.
Mm-hmm.
And then I moved out officially, but I was after tax season. So
Yeah.
because of that, all the money I would have gotten just got factored into my mom's, and she got next to nothing because she still received child support the year before, and it was like some weird shit, like.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, so I didn't get anything either because she said she'd send me what would be mine, but because she didn't get anything, she needed to use what she did get, and I'm like, that's fine, I'm still working.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on.
Nah, I might live with my mom, but I file independently.
Exactly. But you're closer to a roommate than...
I am closer to a roommate. Like, I buy my own groceries. You pay rent. I pay phone bill.
Yeah, and that's similar to what I'm doing right now, where my mother owns the house I'm in, but I'm living alone. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Despite hating the fuck out of this state.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like New Mexico, and any viewers that happen to be watching from here and love this state, it's understandable. There's a lot of things to like. I love the fishing here, because there's a lot of really nice creeks that are great to fish in. I love to fish. I'll always love to fish. I don't care. Once I have tits and a vagina, I will still love to fish. Like, nothing's changing. I don't like lake fishing. I think lake fishing is boring. And I think wide river fishing is boring. Because a lot of it is just waiting.
I'm not a fan of fishing at all.
But
I've never really been a outdoors type person.
Yeah. I enjoy the outdoors when I'm actively doing something, but I won't go for a hike to go for a hike.
I love hikes. I just like walking and not having to worry about anything. I used to live in Oregon on like this mile-long road, and I was homeschooled. So what I would do is I'd finish up a lesson for one of my classes, and then I'd go for a walk with my MP3 player all the way down this mile-long road and then a mile back. So that's 2 miles. I was walking like 8 miles a day.
Damn.
Like, Mom bought me hiking shoes with the little money that we had, and I just went walking all the time.
Damn. Yeah, I can't do that. I need to be doing something when I'm out and about, otherwise I just can't see a point.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand like the idea of relaxation, but to me walking isn't relaxing, but I suppose it's because I don't have cartilage in my knees and my ankle's bad.
Yeah.
So like walking, I have to have a reason to be up and out, which is why I have weight issues, because not only are my lungs shit, my knees and ankle are too, so I can't really like exercise all that much.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why it'd be easier, because my diet is enough to maintain my weight and have it not move, because I take care of my diet very well, but I'm not working out to lose weight. So I'm like, whenever my transition goes through, I'm just gonna get like, take it away, please. And I'll keep the weight off, because I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
I just can't get rid of it through working out, because as squats and running and walking and all of that is incredibly painful, and I walk for my job already, so when I get home I like to just sit down with my creaky knees.
Yeah. See, I have I broke my toe when I was living alone in Maine.
Yeah.
And I never like got it taken care of, so like it's okay now, but like occasionally there's that pain, and
you mean
my
where
ankle
where it settled wrong?
Yeah, it kind of settled wrong, so if I move too much, it'll hurt, and then my ankle is kind of fucked, but walking's relaxing for me.
There you go. Yeah, so when I go out and about and I want to do things, it's like I have a long weekend. I'm gonna go fishing, so I go out to La Junta, which is a really, really wonderful fishing spot here in New Mexico. And it's a creek fishing area, so I'll take my car, I'll put some rods in that my grandpa has, because I don't own one myself. The one I did own got run over by my grandfather's truck, so it's broken. So I have yet to buy another one. So I just borrow one of his or two of his, and I go out. And I'll drive all the way down there. It's towards Taos, and you get up in there, and it's this wonderfully green area, and it's this long creek, and it's real thin, it's real small, and you just get up in these little cracks and crevices with a fly rod typically, and you toss your bait, and you have some weights going down rather than like you doing bobbers or any of that, right? You just see where the fish are. You know where they are. It's like fishing in Animal Crossing. It's like, hey, a fish, and you just toss it in over in front of it and let it go down, and the fish is likely to bite.
I've never played Animal Crossing.
If you ever watch gameplay, it's just that.
I think so. I mean, lately, like, what I see on Twitter is just people running away from spiders.
The tarantulas.
Or like trying to come up with like some way to catch them without getting bitten or whatever, or like dumb tarantulas just running into the water. Like,
if they want to catch tarantulas, they catch one, and then they have an empty inventory with only the tarantula, and then they go get knocked out by a tarantula, and then they have an inventory full of tarantulas.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Is that an actual thing?
Yes. I don't know if they patched it yet, but that was an actual glitch.
Oh my god. What the fuck?
This was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, you just... The tarantulas are planting there. And
there's seeds in you.
You're just gonna wake up one day and you're going to be filled with tarantulas.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny exploit. The other one is the one that I don't know if they patched out yet so far, but if you're playing with another person on the same console or with yourself on the same console, you can rotate like a box on the bottom and then have your other self pick up an item from the top, because it technically just dupes the item because you're picking it up mid-rotation. So it keeps it on top of the box, but you still put away one of the items, so because of that, you just dupe it.
Interesting.
By the way, Nintendo,
My
we're not
experience
we're
with
not telling people how to duping, because I don't want you to, destroy the video. Don't nuke us.
What? Nah. I was just gonna say my experience with duping is just dupe shovels.
Dupe the shovels.
Dupe shovels. Dupe shovels. If you're in the TF2 community, you probably know duped shovels.
There you go. But
Yeah.
no, like I like fishing in there in La Junta because essentially you'll see these little like holes where it's darker and where it's a little bit deeper, and you just throw it up a little bit, and right when it goes into that hole, you'll catch a fish, and you can sometimes throw it back in the same area and catch another one too. Usually one will spook all the rest of them, but I've had times. I had once. I'll tell you a fun story, and this is not what this podcast is about at all, but this is a fun story. I like the tangents.
I mean, it's what podcasts are.
True,
You go on tangents.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
But I caught a massive fish. I'd say it's probably, and this is definitely the fisherman's tale, but I'd say it was probably it was almost a foot long, not quite. It was a big one, and I was surprised at how big it was when I pulled it out of the water. But it fought me so much when I was trying to pull it out that when I actually ripped it out of the water in that area, my line went all the way into the air, and the fish got tangled in a tree by the hook.
Interesting.
And when we were trying to get it off, we yanked the rod to try and break the branch to let it go. And it snapped the line, and then the fish, its jaw ripped, and it fell. And broke its head on a rock and went down the river.
Huh.
So we couldn't catch it. It went away. That was sad.
Just, that took a turn.
Yeah, tree fish.
Tree fish, yeah.
I'd just like to state that anyone that, like, listens to, like, if I ever tell fishing stories, I fish for food. I do not fish for sport. I love fishing, but anything I catch, I eat. So I never go to, like, catch and release places because I think that's cruel.
Yeah.
Because how would you like it if someone, like, from the heavens threw down, like, a burger and you take a bite out of it and then a hook rips through your cheek? And they lift you up into the clouds and then go, that was fun, and then just chuck you back down to earth. Like,
yeah, no, I don't like fishing for fun.
Yeah, that doesn't
like
sound like
they catch and release.
Yeah, if I fish for food. I think it's fun, but I'm never gonna catch and release. The only ones I'll ever release are small ones that still have a lot of growing to do. Because they're small, they're like minnows. There's nothing I'm gonna get to eat from them, so it's not worth killing them. So I'll release them back if they're not too hurt. If their whole jaw came off or anything like that, I just sentenced it to death anyway. So I'll bring it with me, and I'll usually cook it up, and I'll feed it to my dog if I take him with me. That way my dog gets something to eat out of it, because I always completely debone fish before I cook them. So I'll debone it and I'll feed it to my dog after I cook it. So that's usually my whole stick with fishing.
Yeah.
Hunting is the same way. I don't hunt for sport. I don't take trophies.
I don't like people hunting for sport.
Yeah, I think it's dumb to hunt for sport. And the people that do hunt for sport, the only ones I respect are the ones that give the meat to, like, community centers or places that can use it. You know what I mean? Because there are people that do that. There are people that go hunting and they just enjoy hunting, so they'll bring the meat with them, take it to a butcher, and then drop the meat off at, like, homeless shelters, places like that, so they can use it. And that I do respect. Because the product is still being used. But the people that will go and just get it trophied and then just leave the meat, I think that's rude. I think that's wrong and inappropriate against the animal, but that might just be the native in me.
Yeah. No, I think that too. So.
Yeah, I think typically, in general, people should be really kind to animals. They are a great source of food for us, and I really hate the current industry with food. Because we treat chickens like shit, just saying. Like, I love how commercially available chicken is, but I think it's bullshit how chickens are raised right now, which is why I like buying free-range chicken, if I can. and free range eggs, because I think in the current world we live in, it's really shitty how we treat chickens. I'd also like to state that free range eggs taste better in my opinion. Not that I eat eggs.
Yeah, I don't like eggs.
I love them. I love the taste. But something about their texture my body just utterly hates.
No, I don't eat eggs because back in Maine, like, we'd get those, like, giant crates of eggs, right? Because they were cheap. It was like 5 dozen eggs or something.
Yeah, eggs in every meal.
It was eggs in every meal, and I can't do eggs anymore.
I think the only thing you can do is like a rice bowl with egg in it or something, probably, huh?
Probably, yeah. Like, I can manage eggs in my top ramen.
Yeah, like very minimal. Like you have like an egg dropped in the ramen, or you have an egg mixed into the rice, or...
Boiled eggs are fine, but like scrambled eggs over easy, can't do any of that. Can't do omelets. Ugh.
See, my thing is that something about the texture of egg, even when it's like boiled, I can stomach boiled for the most part. I don't know what is different about the texture when they're boiled. But like scrambled things like that, I can't like I can love the flavor because I love the flavor, right? But something about the texture when I'm chewing it, my body automatically...
It's spongy.
I just I can't do it.
It's spongy.
Yeah, I feel
that's what it is. And with boiled eggs, it's smooth.
Yeah, it's a really wonky thing because I can't get behind the texture of egg. And I know I'm not allergic because I can eat like cake and filet mignon, or not filet mignon, crepes and things like that.
That is steak.
Filet mignon with egg on top.
Ooh, that sounds good. Not gonna lie, I'm just really hungry right now. Like, I ended up getting DoorDash.
You can eat your nugs while we record, by the way.
I'm eating nugs. I've been eating nugs. I should have ordered 40 nugs. I'm that hungry.
I should have ordered all the nugs.
All of them. Because it's only $12 for 40 of them.
Oh, that's not bad.
Mm-mm.
We should just go to Japan where it's like $3 for like a table of fries. Have you seen those McDonald's in Japan?
Mm-mm.
They're insane. They have these like tables, like these social tables, where there's just fries. Like you can order and they'll just bring it and pour fries into like the social bin in the table.
I don't think I could do that.
I'm like, what the fuck?
See, I am someone who will get sick if there's too much grease. And as much as I love McDonald's fries, that is too much fries.
But it's for like a whole group of like 8 to share. It's like a lot of fries, but they'll dump fries into the center of this big old table. Because it has like the grease trap at the bottom, so everything leaks down into it.
Ridiculous.
So it's cool, but I'm like, fat. Imagine if they filled it with nugs.
I would eat the nugs.
And then
I have like KFC honey mustard right now.
Little like sauce in like cups in the inside of the counter, like they're just filled. Yeah, but I've been hunting in a long time. I need to get a license for next year, but I probably won't be here, so I have to. That's a problem. I'm with trying to figure out moving and everything like that. It's hard to find time to hunt, or even figure out like a time to or a ability to get like a license. That way I can go.
Yeah.
Biggest thing right now is with Shining Ghost Productions. I'm gonna get back on track with the studio, or get on the track of the studio, I should say. What we're planning right now is trying to figure out how much we're gonna we were doing the pricing the other day for like a studio and a home / workspace, and then the stuff for the workspace. Yeah. But that's a goal to work towards, you know. And the thing is, it depends on who else we get on and in here, whether or not we choose as a group to put everything into doing that first or into payment. You know what I mean? Because I want to pay you guys. I want to pay you guys for all the work you do. But at the same time, it's gonna take a lot of money to get us to that dream. You know?
Well, it's very easy to pay me.
Exactly. But I want to be able to pay
money
you
for food.
I want to be able to pay you hourly. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like you're full, like an actual worker. I want to be able to pay you like an actual employee.
Yeah.
This is not to get the the pay police, because I know there's an organization that actually does employer pay things with jiggles. On my ass about it. Right now we don't even have a contract drawn up, so
yeah, so it works.
It's
Boom.
pretty free. It's pretty freelance payment for work getting done.
Yep.
But I'd like to get to the point where we're Changeless Productions as a business and me as its CEO get together and we write up this contract and we make the understanding and everything like that. One of the biggest things I want to talk to you about, and I don't mind talking about it on the podcast, is like when it comes to like promotional artwork or any artwork that you make for just Changeless Productions. So anything like how to put it, like if you were to make like sticker designs or anything like that to put out in the Redbubble that we have, there'll be a link in the description to that, by the way. That we want to sell or anything like that, you can do that, and that directly goes into your paychecks.
Nice.
Because anything that you make gets sold on there, and then when it gets sold on there, a portion goes to Shane Jules and a portion goes to you. So
yeah,
it directly will move into your account. I'm probably gonna set it to like after that piece has made a certain amount of money, and then I'm gonna send you that amount of money directly, immediately, or by the end of